What's going on, guys? This video we'll be doing a manual swap on the ls400 pre-VVTi cd009, swapping it with the cd009 shifter and the Fish Racing bell housing adapter. It's gonna sound weird trying to get enough information in the next couple videos without making it a strictly DIY. So pretty much just try to take you guys with me on this journey to get this car manual swap and up on the road. So I might make it 2 to 3 videos, for sure 2 videos, so that way I can give enough detail to where if you want to run this actual cd009 kit on your 1UZ, you have a little bit more insight on the actual kit and getting it installed. So let's get into it. Let's get this thing manual swap. Alright guys, so before I bolt everything up, I'm just showing you how this XAT Racing clutch bracket goes in the 95 ls400s, the non-vvti versions. So this is the actual bracket. So you pretty much got to disassemble the whole bottom part of the dash, which isn't too bad. It is a vent that goes here that leads from the center console, comes from the climate control, and comes over and comes out this vent. He has a gauge head, so what I'm going to do with this a little later is just make like a nice little pillar for him, make it clean this up for him. So this is what I want to show you. So the pedal actually bolts here, and where your brake booster is, that bolt there, and it's a bolt right there up top. It is another hole here. You can't really see it. It's another hole right here. See if I get the camera to adjust. It's a little tight down here, man. I'm sorry. So it is a bolt hole right there. It sits in there like this. So these 2 bolts where your brake booster is, up in there, and the other 2 bolts where those other 2 bolts is up in here. So what I'll do now is I'll go ahead, get everything assembled and installed, and then just show you how it looks while it's in. You have to unbolt the fuse box, the fuse junction box that's under the dash. You do have to remove your emergency brake pedal, just because the fuse box actually has to sit up against the side of the wall now where the actual foot brake pedal was. So you're not gonna have a factory style e-brake. I tried, it's not gonna work, just because you have to slide that over. Now if you want to go relocate and stuff and extend wires and sit the fuse box on the passenger side, totally up to you, but this right here is more painless. Just to undo the e-brake, move that completely out the car, which we have here, and slide the fuse box over. So like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and bolt this thing in and get right back to you guys. All right guys, so we have the pedal in and the master cylinder in. So I'll show you guys what we're working with before we proceed to the next steps. So you can see the one bolt there, the other one is up top. You're not gonna be able to see that one at all. And the other 2 bolts, you see one right there, that bolt, and there's one on the other side over there. You're not gonna be able to see it. So, oh, Wheelwood XAT Racing, and it's gonna be a little bit of play in the pedal itself, but as you see, the bracket's not moving. Then we did a relocation type hose underneath the bonnet, so in the engine bay, real clean, painless install. So the bracket itself won't move, but this actually sits down on there. You see the rubber hose coming through the firewall. Clean, real clean install. And like I said, the bracket won't move at all. So I probably want to put like a hose clamp on this, so that way we won't have any mistakes, any accidents. Yeah, so it's a real clean setup. Real clean. Looked like it came like that from the factory. If you didn't know that these didn't come with that. So yeah. All right guys, so we're back in a shed now. So I just want to go over the parts that actually come in this Fish Racing cd009 to 1UZ swap kit. Just a quick show you guys all the parts and where the parts go. And then we go ahead and get this bell housing cut. All right, guys. So first off, we'll be replacing the OEM CD shifter assembly with the cd009 cd009 shifter assembly. When you order this, it comes with the actual shifter itself. Pretty much everything you need to adapt this to the cd009. This was pretty much his preference as far as what he wanted. They do have different shifters. By far, for me, this is the best shifter for this actual transmission. In my opinion. A lot of people have their own opinions. That's just in my opinion. Relax. This actually comes with the bell housing kit. This actually is closed up, sitting inside the box with the bell housing. I just opened it just to make sure we had everything before I proceeded. These are the bolts that bolt these are the bolts that bolt the bell housing to the actual trans. These are flywheel bolts, ARP, input shaft, pilot bearing for the back of the engine. This is the actual dial that you use to mark with a cut on the transmission. These are the retaining bar spacers. So when the burn retainer spacers, depending on what transmission you're using, you're going to need one of these to actually sit in the back of this. To actually sit in the back of this, so that way your input shaft won't be all wiggling around. You sit one of these down in, depending on which style transmission you're actually using. This is supposed to be a cd009. So original, well, authentic cd009, and the burn should fit this without any of these spaces. But if we need any of these spaces, we have them. They send you both ones, so that way you know which one you have. This right here is the actual guide. So you slide this on, you do your cut, take it off, mill this down real smooth. So that way it'll slide into the back of the engine smoothly. And this is the seal for the front of that cover. That was a quick crash course. It's really straightforward. If you ever did a manual swap, this right here is a breeze. If you haven't did a manual swap, this isn't too hard if you can understand directions. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this transmission assembled, and we could go ahead and throw this thing inside the car. All right, guys, so we got the old shifter assembly off. I tossed it in the box over there. So this is what it's going to leave you with. So knock both the pins out. So you knock the smaller pin out first and then the bigger pin out second. Don't try to use a small screwdriver because this may happen to you. So go ahead and get yourself a set of punches. I went ahead and got this brand from. So now this is what it leaves you with. So what I would do with this is spray it down, and you see all that like grease looking stuff. Take it, sand it down real nice and smooth, clean her up. Brake clean, because it makes everything better. All right, so we go ahead and get this cd009 shifter put on. Let's go. All right, guys. So this is the part where I was mentioning about the spacers for the bearing retainer, which are these. So on different transmissions, this actual bearing right here is a different size. So you will actually pick one of these depending on which trans you have on and tap it onto here, so that way it sits evenly inside of here. And that's pretty much it for it. Well, I got everything open, try to give you guys a look. See, stuff is everywhere as usual. This actually sits down here in this part of the transmission. This is the front main seal of the transmission. And the rest is pretty much self-explanatory. You just reuse all the bolts that you took out. Get this seal really clean as you can get it. I'm gonna cover all this up and hit this with a wire wheel, and go from there. So there you have it, fully assembled minus this. This is the pilot bearing. I just sit this on there so that way I will remember not to put the trans on the engine without installing the pilot bearing. So that'll just sit there. So there you go. Fish racing bell housing kit for the one user to cd009 with the cd009 serial 9 shifter. I already did the reverse lock. I'll redo it, well, double check and make sure that it's actually good when I put it in the car, because I will have to take this off so that way I can slide on the car and get it in. But yeah, it's not really a hard install at all. It is small gaps here and there, but the bell housing itself is mated to where the bearing retainer would, the OEM bearing retainer would sit. So this gap right here, no fluid or anything will come out of it. And then I use gasket sealer in between the gasket and the trans and the gasket and the bell housing on this side. Tilting clutch release bearing. I did have to take this off, well, loosen it up so that way I could get to this bolt. But it was real simple, man. Real simple install. The only downside about this kit is it does not come with your clutch line. So I mean, but that's not really a bad thing, because you can just take this off, size it up, and get the clutch line to fit your clutch kit. Well, not clutch kit, but your actual master cylinder, which isn't bad at all. All right, guys, that's pretty much it for today. We got everything accomplished I wanted to get done today. Transmission is fully assembled with the bell housing attached to the cd009, ready to bolt to the 1UZ. The clutch kit is the clutch pedal and the master cylinder is bolted into the car, so we're ready to rock and roll. Only thing we got to do now is install this puppy, bleed the clutch, and pretty much take it for a test drive as usual. I want to thank everybody for checking out the station. Hopefully this gave a little bit of insight / clarification on if you want to do this actual bell housing kit to cd009 conversion. I tried to give as much information as I could. In my opinion, this is a dope kit. I have dealt with, I think, the Collins adapter kit on the homie Big Mac's car. Not that bad. His SC300, and that's a pretty good kit too. So all in all, the kits that's coming out now, in my opinion, are exceptional. I'm not the car guru or nothing, but in my opinion, it's pretty much exceptional. This right here is super dope. It's a real clean install, and it looks like it actually came this way, besides like this little small gap here, but that's not a big deal. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. I'm gonna go ahead and run ahead, wash up, and I'll be installing this transmission into the ls400 tomorrow. So I catch up with you guys. If you haven't already, man, subscribe to the channel, hit that alert bell, and I'll catch up with you guys in the next video. Peace out. I wanted to do that, but I'm recording on my phone, so I gotta always come back and get my phone. But peace out. Next time, y'all.